Quick, graph y equals the square root of the quantity 25 minus the quantity of 1/3 x squared by hand 2 different ways. It is highly recommended that you watch the video how to graph y equals f of the quantity k times x before watching this video. You will need graph paper or download this PDF and print it. Press pause as needed anytime during the video. The first way is with what we call the semicircle dance. The coefficient of x, which is 1/3, does not affect the center of the semicircle. When x is 0, 1/3 times 0 is still 0. So the center will be at the origin. Also recall that the coefficient, k equals 1/3, is inversely proportional to the horizontal dilation factor. That is, we multiply each x value by the reciprocal of 1/3, which is 3. Also, r squared is 25. It's right there in the equation. So the radius is 5. Normally, the semicircle dance would be right that radius 5 up 0. But for this one, we have to multiply each of the x coordinates by 3. So it's going to be right 15 up 0. The y coordinate is unchanged by that 1/3 x. So right 15 up 0. Another step in the dance would be right 0 up the radius 5. But in this case, it's 3 times 0, which is also 0, so right 0, 5. And then left 5 up 0, but multiplying that 5 by 3, it's left 15 up 0. Connect the points with a rounded type curve, and it's definitely not a semicircle, but it is a rounded curve. And we can compare this to the parent function and see that from blue to green, it's a horizontal stretch. Second way, using a table. Here are the table values we use, the x and y intercepts for that semicircle with a center at the origin. Since k is equal to 1/3 inside the parentheses there, the horizontal dilation factor is the reciprocal of 1/3, which is 3. Again, we keep the y coordinates the same. They're exactly the same, but we do multiply each x coordinate by 3. So 5 times 3 is 15, and we plot 15, 0. 0 times 3 is 0, 0, 5. And negative 5 times 3, negative 15, 0. Those are enough points to get our curve, so we'll connect that with a rounded curve and compare that to the parent function and see, again, from blue to green, it's a horizontal stretch. Now you try one. Graph y equals the square root of the quantity 25 minus the quantity of a half x squared. Use either method or both methods just for the practice, and press pause to do this and resume when finished to check your answer. And here is the answer, and you can see it's a horizontal stretch from this parent function.